Good evening and welcome to A1R Psychic Radio, Living a Loving Life with Susan Kennedy. And today I'm live on video. So it's a little bit different for me and hopefully it works for you. And obviously if you're listening, you'll still be able to hear me, but you can come onto the A1R Psychic Radio site on Facebook and you'll be able to watch this live and make comments. So I will be taking some callers shortly, and I'm looking forward to that. But firstly, I thought I'd just like to talk a little bit about the upcoming Christmas holidays, because I know that it causes a lot of anxiety with people. And obviously this show's all about living and loving life. And we've got about 10 days to go till Christmas. And I know for a lot of people that creates huge anxiety within. And I guess if you look at that, there's all that thing of, I've got to spend time with people and maybe there's people that I won't see that I would like to see, and a whole lot of feelings that go on. And when you're in a certain vibration, it's going to impact on your happiness. And what I know is that the gift that you have to give, the biggest gift that you have, is your own happiness. So if you can find a way to be really happy in the lead up to Christmas and over that period, no matter what's going on, then that's the biggest gift that you could give to anybody. So one of the things I believe is important is to look at how you can find the freedom to be happy. How can you let go of the past? How can you let go of thinking about the way you should have done things? Did I get the right present? Will people like my home? What about the people that I won't see that I wish I could see? In a way, it's just to let go of everything. Just let go and be present in whatever situation you are in. And I always find that there's going to be great healing that happens over the Christmas time, because you get the opportunity just to spend time with people or to remember those important people in your life. And all of our family in the spirit world draw close at Christmas. They love to come where there's a celebration, and they really just like to see how we're going and what we're doing. But I thought I'd just share with you the beautiful book, the Ho'oponopono book, which is all about learning how to be free, learning how to let go, and with 4 very simple statements that if you repeat them over and over again, you'll be able to really find some inner peace. So the first statement is, I'm sorry, and then please forgive me, and I love you, and thank you. And if you could recognize that everybody in your life is a gift to you and you are a gift to them, then you'll start to see things in a very different way. And really, it's just about being fully present, being able to bring all of you to the table, being present with those people in your life at that time, and really having some good connection time, because people don't care about the gifts, they just care about you. So now I'm going to take the first caller, which is Joyce in New Windsor in Maryland. So Joyce, how could I help you today? Hello?
Well, yes. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, fine. Well, it's kind of looking for a reading, I guess.
Yeah.
So guidance, relationship, life, family.
Yeah. Okay. So you've got a lot going on is what it feels like. Yeah. And Joyce, could I start with your date of birth, please? It just helps me connect with you.
11/26/82.
Okay. It's 28. Okay. So I know that you're very sensitive, and I feel that at the moment, would I be correct that there have been people, there's been almost separation around you at the moment, or you're feeling very alone? Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Yeah, because my feeling is that you're, that you're in a little bit of a down state at the moment. But it's also a real time, I feel, of you finding your power and really finding, a sense of yourself. So I know that you are very sensitive, and I feel that you are really trying just to find ways that you can be happy. It really feels like about trying to find your own sense of yourself. So if I look at the relationship around you, I just get a sense that there is somebody around you that either it's just been finished or that you're just not happy in the relationship. What's happened there?
Yeah, just real unsure about everything. Kind of been off and on, and just feeling not very loved or appreciated, or
Yeah.
that my feelings really don't much matter.
Yeah. So part
Hey,
of that, Joyce.
I
Yeah.
was just
Sorry.
wondering, is there any way you would pick up on the last love of mine? His name was Tommy.
Tommy.
I
So
don't
is
know if
Tommy
maybe
passed, or is Tommy passed, or is he in this? Is he
yeah, he's
still
still
alive?
living.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
just haven't.
Yeah. I just want to go to the present, just if I can, for a moment, though, because are you in a
Okay.
relationship right now?
Yes.
Yeah. One of the things I'm noticing in the relationship right now is that there is almost an inability for you to express yourself, because you know how you said um, you don't feel heard. A lot of it feels like that you're finding it difficult to really express what you feel. And
Yeah.
so I know that in past relationships, it feels like in that relationship you were much freer. I feel when I see that relationship, you were much more in your body and you had a lot more fun in that relationship. Do you understand that?
Yeah. Are you talking about my last
In the last
relationship? Or
relationship. Yeah,
yeah.
when I see it in my mind's eye, it feels as though you were very free and that you were sort of, the image I get is that you were in your body and that you had a lot of fun. And now in this relationship, it feels as though you don't feel that same sense of sensuality in your own body, and you don't feel as though you're heard. So I know that
Yeah.
you are very, very sensitive, and that in a way, when you're down and when you're sort of depressed in a way, you're not able to speak up. So one of the things I know about relationships is that eventually this kind of pattern will come in every relationship. And in a way, I feel like you want to shake the person you're with because they're not listening to you or they're not hearing you. And so it's to find more ways for yourself to be heard. And I feel as though in lots of ways you doubt yourself and you compare yourself to other people. But I really do feel at the moment that you're finding your power. You're finding what doesn't work for you. And it's almost as though you have to let go of doing everything for everybody. Would you understand that's the way that you've received love in the past or even in
Yeah.
this relationship? Yeah?
Yeah. Like, it just feels like it's got to benefit someone for, I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah.
I just feel like
In
if
a
I don't
way,
benefit, then I'm not good enough. And
yeah, yeah. And the thing is that for you right now, I believe what's happening is you're really understanding how much you've given your power away and how little you demand of your partner in relationships. I feel that that past one has stood out for you because you were freer. I feel you were younger and you were freer, but I still don't feel that in that relationship you probably didn't have, don't know how to express this, but maybe you weren't together as much as you are in this relationship. So this one has, in a way, the shine's gone from it right now. And so right
yeah.
at the moment, it's as though you need to find your voice and you need to stop comparing yourself to others. And it's like I want to take the apron off and I want to get back into some really beautiful clothes and I want to start to really look after my physical again. And, to start to bring that feminine energy back into yourself, because
Yeah.
I feel for you, that the way that you've received love is by being the person that looks after everything. So in a way, you've created that for yourself. And I believe you're beginning to see that now and you want more. So you have to express that. Now, if I look at the partner that you're with at the moment, I'm not sure that he will fully understand that because the way that you've come together has been this way, that you've done everything for him. So what's his first name, if I might ask?
Jimmy is his first name.
Jimmy. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So when I look at Jimmy, my feeling is that when you first got together, there was this beautiful serenading energy. You know, it's almost like come to me, and then when you've come to him and when you've come together, suddenly the energies change, because for him, you know, it's like he needs someone that is there to keep things in order while he does what he does. And in order for the relationship to change, so in order for that relationship to change, you need to speak up and say, hey, you know, I'd like to have more fun. I think we need to get, you know, go out and I see you in that other relationship dancing. You know, I see you fully in your feminine energy. And I believe you can recreate it in this one. But it's more that you have to have the courage now to change the way that you have done things. And yeah, I've got my cards here. I always draw the cards before because I know that they'll be relevant. And what I'm seeing is at the moment you're ready in a way for change. So it's always, when you're at that point of change, it always seems like you're in a very dark place, but you're actually in a very good place because you're about to transition and look at what you can do. And for you, it is speaking up, it's trusting in your intuition. And I don't know, is your partner very big on lists? Is he very analytical? He wants things all done in certain ways and order? Is that how he is?
I wouldn't say so much order. I mean, kind of the opposite in certain ways.
Yeah, okay. So it's you then that is there to create the order around him, because at some level he needs it, but you're the one that's fulfilling that need within him. And in a way you have to retrain him. So you have to start to use your voice, you have to start to express yourself. But most of all, you need to really get back into your own femininity, into your own body, and start to change the way you do things. And you're going into a year next year, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're going into a year where you're going to create more balance next year. And I feel for you that you're going to really, you know, make some big changes around the relationship, because it's as though you're at the end of your tether with it. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
And I know that you're feeling quite unsupported in so many ways. Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. So as I see you going into next year, I feel like you're going to tidy things up around the domestic situation, that you're going to bring in, if you like, how you would like things to be. So you need to express how you want your relationship to be, and to do it in a way that is so that you can communicate more. And to communicate.
One of the things, when I communicate, I just feel like everything is just at fault. Or if, I don't know, it's like everything I say is end up being twisted or...
Yeah. So I can really understand that, and I feel that at this point in time, you've got to look at how you've your part in creating this relationship. And I feel like there is a line being drawn in the sand, you know, that you either decide to continue with it, but if you continue with it, you certainly need to step up a little bit and I guess demand more, to say, you know, hey, you're not listening to me and we need to work this out. Or you need to close the door on it and then look at how you can get back to yourself, because I feel as though you've lost yourself in many ways. I feel that you've lost yourself in lots of different ways. But what I'm seeing for next year is big changes for you as you reconnect to your own creativity. You're a highly creative person. You're here to be very creative. And I feel as though you've let that go. And you're very intuitive, so learn to start to trust your feelings and really speak up more. And if you don't get what you want, it's time for change.
Can you hold on for just 1 minute, ma'am? Just 1 minute. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I have to take the next caller very shortly, so... Okay, so Joyce? Okay, so I'm going to tie it up now. And thanks, Joyce, for your input there. Lovely to talk to you, and I wish you a Merry Christmas. And now going to Patty in Philadelphia. Patty, how are you
How are
tonight, and
you?
how can I help you?
I guess first of all, my father passed in 2007, and my husband was very close to him. And my husband's like really freaked out because the other day he woke me up to tell me that he was leaving, and he said, I looked at him and I said, okay, is my dad out there? And he's like, no, your dad's not out there. And I said, yeah, my dad's waiting for you. And it really, like, freaked him out. He's like, is that, is he trying to tell me that I'm going to die or something? I'm just trying to, like, put his mind at ease because he got, like, really shook up about it. Do you have any, like, ideas about what that was about?
Yeah. Okay. So when I look at that, often the visit from spirit is there just as a reassurance. But what I'm sensing with your husband is that there's a shift and a change going on within him. It feels as though it's time for him to really make some big changes in his life, and that the visitation in a way, or that visit. So who had the image? You had it or he had it?
I had it. And he woke me up and told me he was leaving, and he said he thought I was awake, and I looked right at him, and I told him, my dad's out there. He goes, no, your dad's not out there. I said, yeah, my dad's out there. And I said, my dad's waiting for you.
Okay, so
I said it to him.
So you said this to your husband, and he thinks now he's going to pass. Yeah. Okay. So it's not about that, but it is about making changes. It is about making new life. And I feel like your dad was your dad very much an orderly person as well, because I feel like he's got whistle in his hand and he's sort of saying, come on, time to get things going again. So for wherever your husband has been, it's as though right at this moment in time, he's got a lot of inner conflict going on, and it feels around maybe his work. So would you understand this?
Yeah, okay, right now he's on disability, so I don't think we're trying to buy a house is what we're doing.
Okay, so because I know it was what I was seeing is moving things, and I assumed it was work. I was seeing all these things being moved. So it's more to understand, I guess, from your husband's point of view. I mean, you've been given the message, but the message is get in and trust. And I feel like your husband at the moment isn't fully trusting, and you're also in that situation. I want to tune into you a little bit with this. Where's it going with you? Okay, so I know that you feel very frustrated about what's happening at the moment. It feels like, how is this all going to happen? Are we making the right move? Yeah, how's it going to happen? Are we going to be okay? Is it the right move? And your dad really has just come through to say, this is fine. This is going to be okay. So it's more of, because I've actually, as I said, I always draw cards beforehand just to give me that little assistance, because we're not face to face. And everything I'm seeing says that the future for you is flying high. It's a really good move, but at some level you have to let go of the past as well. And where you are at the moment, there feels a certain amount of sadness about leaving. That you've got a lot of memories where you
because
are.
Of my neighbor, yes, because of my neighbor. I don't want to move away from her. That's what that is.
Yeah, and so there's this, this feeling of, am I doing the right thing? Will it work out? And the answer is yes, it will work out, and that you will be okay. But you need to understand that this future now is about you and your husband, and having things. It feels like where you go will be much better for him. The actual layout of the place will be much more beneficial for you. And I feel as though it will be a very, very good move. And I'm sensing that wherever you are, the image that I have in my mind is open space outside and in a very beautiful place. So I know that it's a worrying time for you. And your dad just comes close to say it's okay. and that you need to really, who was the tea drinker, or who drank lots of tea? Because I'm seeing it's like he's saying to you, you know, just sit and relax and let go.
That could be me or my daughter or my husband.
Yeah, because it's just like he's showing me, he wants to say, just have a cup of tea or just have a drink of tea. I'm not sure if you have that iced tea where you are. I know that's a big drink in the States, but it's more just this feeling of, you know, relax, let go, everything's fine. So it's more of a reassurance from him that what you're doing is great, and it feels as though it's going to be a very positive move for you.
Oh, okay.
So,
very good.
Yeah, and you know, this, I guess it's also that recognition that even with your neighbour, that I feel where you're going isn't going to be too far away, but that she can come visit you anyway where you are, and that there's still going to be that connection. But it's more important now for you to really focus on you, on your life, on your, you know, on making things right for you. Is your husband in a wheelchair at all? I know he's on disability,
no,
but
he just had his one knee replaced and waiting to get the other one done.
All right, so that's why I'm seeing that. That makes sense to me. So what I sense is that where you are, it will be much easier for him to make that rehabilitation and that recovery as well, and that it will be much easier for him to get around, because it's almost as though you're either on a ground level or you're, you know, there's lots of flat ground around you. So it's all very, very positive. And it's definitely not that sign of, you know, so put your husband's mind at rest, please.
Yes, I know that. He was really upset about that. I'm like, no, it's not that.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, if I tune in a little bit more to your dad and to the energy of him, I just feel like your dad, in a way, wants to, because the image I keep seeing is it's like it's a new life, because he shows me almost like a baby, and he's feeding the baby with the bottle. So I'm not sure if there is a new
my fifth grandchild last Friday.
Oh, beautiful. So he's acknowledging that then, because it's sort of saying, this is here, this is what I'm seeing. But I also know that means for you to recognize new life, recognize it, be excited about it, know that, I guess from the spirit world, that all things are known and that your daddy's around you, and very much, I feel like he's clearing any obstacles out of the way for you. And that's why, in a way, it's like my daddy's there. Wherever you go, he's going to be there. He's not going to, you know, our family and spirit always know where we are, you know, wherever we are on the planet.
Okay. Yeah. And then another question I have had, I really hardly ever remember any dreams I have. Last week and yesterday, I had a dream about my oldest son. Were strange because after my brother passed, he turned to drugs really bad. And both dreams, when I saw him, he was like really messed up and really, you know, high in these dreams. And it felt like I was actually, you know, it wasn't a dream, like it was really happening. Yeah. And were they trying to tell me something? I mean,
okay, so at some level,
I can't figure it out.
Yeah, okay, so two things with dreams. Sometimes we're really tuning into the energy of what's there. And my feeling is, as well with dreams, sometimes the person in the dream is an aspect of ourselves. So you just have to look at, where do you feel out of control yourself? If there's that feeling within you, just go with that. But it would also mean, I believe, that your son at some level wants to make that reconnection to you. And I know what it's like to have a child that is involved with drugs, because I've had that situation myself. So I know that what you need, so I'm fully there with you. What I'd invite you to do is to see your son healthy and to just open your heart to love with him, and know that miracles do happen, and that he will feel your love, he will feel your energy. And so just to visualize and imagine him when he was before he was involved with drugs. Drugs are really just a mask for pain. it's a sign that they can't deal with life. So please just hold him in the energy of love. And if you get a chance to re-listen to this show, because I talked at the beginning about the Ho'oponopono, which is just a thing that you could look up, but it's all about I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, and thank you. So just to put that energy out there so that your son knows that you don't hold any grudges against him and that you're really praying for his well-being. And just to notice that the more that you hold him in the energy of love and not worry, it will help him. So I really wish you well with that. And I know, Patty, how hard that is. And so my heart goes out to you for that. But I've found it's really helped me, and it's really helped my daughter as well. So we just have to always keep those lines of communication open on the energetic highway. And love is the most powerful energy in the universe. So keep that love flowing. And I just know that there will be some beautiful confirmation of that for you soon. So I wish you well. Merry Christmas.
I want him to be okay. I don't want to have to bury my child.
I know. So just keep on holding him in the energy of love. Okay, that is strong. I've got to leave it there now. I'm really sorry, but love is strong. Keep seeing him well. Keep seeing him happy, and that will help him. That's the best thing for him. So lots of love, Patty, and love. You can always message me on Facebook. I'd love to, hear how it goes for you.
Okay, so thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. So for everybody else, yes, I'm Susan Kennedy Medium on Facebook, and I do readings via Skype. And you can connect with me on my website, susanelizabethkennedy.com, if you'd like a private reading. But I do wish you well, and really enjoyed the first live video show. So I look forward to seeing you next week here on A1R Psychic Radio. Thanks again, and let's just have one angel card before I go, and it is new beginnings. So for everybody, it's all about new beginnings, and that's the year we're going into next year. Okay, so hopefully you will enjoy your week, and I look forward to seeing you next week here on the radio show.